The following review is going to be on Transformers Legacy Evolution, Beachcomber, and Paradise Parakeet. Finally, stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and finally I get to do my Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Beachcomber and Paradise Parakeet. Now this guy was very hard to find. Amazon and eBay were going for outrageous prices, and he just popped up in my Amazon pre-order the other day. So I ordered him for $29.99, and next day I found him at GameStop for the same price. So I canceled my Amazon pre-order and I picked him up at GameStop. Right, first got that cut out package with the old Legacy Evolution. You got him in robot mode. There's the parakeet. There's his stats. Let's see. Speed, his low speed, strength, intelligence, and all that good stuff. There's that QR code. Let's see. There's the old Leo, Junkion, all that good stuff. And then the Legacy Evolution is just a gun. Evo Fusion. I don't know why it's Evo. It's just a gun. Beachcomber Paradise Parakeet, 11 steps, and there it is. So when I open them up, here's what you get. You get Beachcomber. First, we'll look at the instructions. Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. Now, this says 2023 on it, so it might be the original boxes. I don't know where they got them from. And you put a little peacock on his shoulder. You put his gun in his hand, and that's it. And then when he's in dune buggy mode, you can put the gun in front like a winch, parakeet in the back, or you can put the gun over the roll bar like that. And that's it for that. Pretty basic. This guy is very basic. All right. First, we'll take a look at the gun. Now, if you look at the gun, it does look like a winch when it's upside down. That's how you, there you go. That's how he looks like when he's a winch. Or you could put him on the side, and then little parakeet. Let's see if we can zoom in on this guy. Whoops. There he is. He's green. Looks like he's got yellow eyes. Whoop. I'll back out. Very hard when something's this small. And he's got like a 3mm thing on him. So what you can do, now it's hollow, so you want to use this little one right here, and it just sits on top of that. And there's Beachcomber and his little buddy. And on the weapon, you can put it in his hand, or you can even put it, you know, on the old, on the wrist, or on the arm like that. Again, all thanks to Siege, and they thought of the weaponizers and the blast effects. So pretty cool. I'm glad they still put these little things on the figures, the tabs. Pretty clean figure. Really nothing on the back, except you see the seats and the roll bar cage. And then when he's in vehicle mode, you can stick him back here. All right. So let's go over Beachcomber. His face, not really, you can't move it 360 degrees. He only moves that much and that much, but he's got a little up and down movement. The arm is a whole 360. It goes out, not all the way, but that's okay. And then the 90 degrees on the elbow, and he's actually got wrist rotation, which is pretty different. I mean, for a little figure like this, you don't see the back of his hand, but he does have wrist rotation, which is neat. And then you have the waist rotation, 360 degrees. The other arm again, like that. And then his feet, you can kick forward 90. You can kick back a little more than 90. He does go out to the side. You got that mushroom at the thigh rotation. And then you've got 90 on the knee and the foot. You got pivot on the foot. The back goes up and down, but not the front. So you can have them do the split feet pose like that. It's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, he was one of the rarest ones out there. I seen him one time in the stores. I did a new toy sighting, and then forget it. I never saw him again. Now, the parakeet goes up here, like I said before, like that. Or what you can do is, I like putting him here on his hand, kind of like Megatron with a laser beak, or Soundwave at laser beak. There it goes. So you can have him on his little hand. So he's talking, "Hey, little guy, how you doing?" And there is little parakeet. So that's pretty cool too. Put his gun back in his hand. And there he is. So nice little Beachcomber. I'm glad I finally got him. He was like Cosmos. I mean, these are so very rare. At least Cosmos got a re-release. But this guy, like I said, I don't know. Where have these boxes been? It even says 2023 on it. Maybe over here. I know it said 20. I looked for the date and it said 2023 somewhere. But I don't know where these boxes. Oh, there it is. 2023 Hasbro. So where were these boxes hiding all this time? All right, so there is Beachcomber. All right, now let's do some comparisons and we'll transform them. And for our first comparison, we're going to bring in Sea Spray. This is the Deluxe Sea Spray from Walmart. All right, then we're going to bring in our G1 Bumblebee, Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. And then we're going to bring in Legacy Blaster. Now he's a Voyager. I try to get some G1 figures that I have in my collection. Here is Defcon. And then we're going to bring in Hauler, which I don't have grapple or hoist, so there's Hauler. And then last, we're going to bring in Commander Class Optimus Prime. I don't have a lot of my mini bots because, like I said, they're all flooded. They're all in totes somewhere, so I grabbed what I had. All right, and that is it. Now let's transform this guy. Now, for Beachcomber, first you want to remove the weapon and remove the Paradise Parakeet. All right. So let's see, just straighten the arms out. Whoops. Normally this is like that. So what you want to do is, first things first, you want to make sure this is pushed back like so, and then grab the figure and yank it like that. And then these tabs will go into these slots like that. They like soft click in. So, all right, we almost got the top, the back of the Doom buggy done. Turn it around. All right, now flip all these out. Now these are going to be the seats and the other roll bar. This reminds me of Blur. You want to open up the legs. Open up the legs. Now every time I try to combine them now, when I rotate them, they always fall apart. So we're just going to fold this over like that. And we're going to fold this over like that. Okay. Now you can put the feet together. And then, here, we'll get these out of the way so we can see what we're doing. There are these seats on the bottom of the feet. Okay, now they have a little peg. They're right there. And they're just going to slide into right here. Okay. So that one's in. That one's in like that. And then we want to put together the roll bar from this, from the front and the sides like that. All right. And then you want to get this tab right here into that slot. So, I mean, he's very basic. So I want to get that side in. We'll get that side in, and then we'll just close up. Got tab and a slot there, tab and a slot here. And I like how his feet become the dashboard. And there is Beachcomber. And little Paradise right back here. You can keep him in either one here. So he just sits right back there. And he doesn't fall out. He fits pretty good. Or you can fit him, if you could fit them too in that piece right there. So he can go there, or he can go here. Like that. Now, the weapon. Okay, you can do this a couple ways. Let's see. It doesn't tell you to do this way. So, what you can either do is you can either snap it back here, like that. Okay? So now you got your weapon on top, okay, of the roll bar. And it just sits like that. Or what you can do is it looks like a winch. So if, let me get in the light. Right here, you can see the winch. So what you do is you have a 5mm port there and these two tabs here. And on the front of the vehicle, you got that 5mm hole and these two tabs. So you can just take the gun and use that as a winch. There. So you got these two tabs are into the gun. You got the 5mm port. So there is like the front bumper. And then you put Parakeet. Whoops. I am so afraid I'm going to lose. I might just put this little Parakeet away in the box and not worry about it, because I'm probably going to lose this guy on my shelf. Well, right now, if you guys don't know, I was a victim of Hurricane Helene. I had like 2 feet of water in my house, and I had lost, luckily, I didn't lose any Transformers, but I lost all my empty boxes, got soaked. So I had to throw all my figures that were in curio cabinets into a tote. And to this day, they're still in that tote because I lost all my shelving unit, and all the money I got for the other stuff went back in the house. So all my figures are still in totes. So until I get some money to buy new cabinets, they'll be in totes forever. But, so, if you little plug, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can hit that. There's when you hit more in the description, you can buy me coffee, or you can hit that thanks button, contribute like $2 or $1 or whatever you want. Anyway, back to Beachcomber. And at first I was like, I don't like the front of the dune buggy. He just doesn't look too dune buggy-ish. But he is growing more and more on me. I like they do with the seats. I like the engine, the Parakeet. You know, and he's got a 5mm port there. So if you want, like, here's Bumblebee's gun. You can put it there. And there's really nothing else you can do. If they're going to put 5mm ports, I wish they'd put more of them in. Just like I had a problem with Sea Spray. If there was like a 5mm port at the front, you could easily stick this in and it could have been weapon storage, but oh well. So let's just look at it. So the feet make the windshield. You got and I like the rubber tires. He's got the cool little lights. I mean, they could have used a little paint on the headlights. Definitely use a little more paint. He's all blue. Got some paneling detail there. I like how the seats are the gunmetal gray. You got the nice roll bar, the engine block back here, but then again, there's the head. I mean, you could have had a little, so that's his chest, and all you do is one of these figures where you pull them out, but I don't know, but they could have disguised the head better. But, I mean, it is what it is, and I'm glad I finally got Beachcomber, because, I mean, this guy was expensive and rare. So, and he rolls pretty good. I love those real rubber tires. Really make it worthwhile. All right, now let's do some comparisons. All right, now our first vehicle comparison, we're going to bring in Sea Spray. So those are our 2 deluxe vehicles. Pretty cool. And then we're going to bring in Bumblebee, which is one of the smallest mini bots. And then DevCon. So these are 2 deluxes, pretty cool. Hauler, which I never got grapple or haul or hoist. No, I don't know. So well, anyway, there is Hauler. Now I think this guy was a Voyager, so that's why he's a lot bigger than that. Oh, Inferno and yeah, what are the other 2, yellow and the red ones. Anyway, this is Beachcomber's review, and there is your Commander class Optimus Prime, which is, we all know, a Voyager size with a lot of other stuff. All right, and that is all our little comparisons for Beachcomber. All right, now one thing I always do is I always reverse transform these figures. It's just easier because sometimes it's a lot harder one way than the other way. So first thing you do is take off the accessories. And then, let's see, you want to undo the hands from right here. So we'll just undo them from here and here. And then you want to disconnect the roll bar, right? And then at this point, we can come back here and flip out these panels like that. Flip these out. And then rotate the legs all the way, okay? So push the seat back, push the roll bar back as far as I can. Again, seat goes back, roll bar goes back. Oh, actually, before you do that, you want to close the leg up. Now you can push all this back, close the leg up. You'll see a little tab slot right there. And you want to push all these back so the feet are done. And then you just compact them, boom, pretty easy. Make sure this tucks in between here. Now that is a little something new, not in the original one. And then you can straighten out the arms. Where's Parakeet? Again, you can put Parakeet there. But what I like to do is I put them in the 5mm slots. Like that. That is, I feel, is more secure. So on my shelf, he's going to go like this on my shelf. And now we've got Beachcomber all done. All right, it took me a while to get Beachcomber, but I finally got him. Thank you, GameStop. And then now he's back on Amazon. So if you missed this guy the first time, I'll put a link in my description from Amazon, or just go to your GameStop maybe. But all in all, it's weird how some of them, they just either don't print, don't box a lot up. I don't know why this guy was so, he's not the best mini bot, but he was the most rarest, him and Cosmos. But, so that's it for this. So like and subscribe to the channel. You can either buy me a coffee if you want to help support the channel, or hit that thanks button. Like I said, I'm trying to get money up for new display cases and all that good stuff. You know, I'm living in it's like a brand new house, but it's got no furniture. But, all right, so like, subscribe to the channel. I not only do Transformers, but I do DC and Marvel figures. I do Funko Pops, Legos, Fortnite, new toy sightings, movie reviews, movie first actions. All that good stuff. And, all right, so we'll see you at the beach. Rodimusbill out.